Hi there. We know that exercise is good for us. And we've probably been told that we don't have to go to the gym or do some big training program to benefit. Do a little in your normal life. It's like you barely have to move. But sometimes incorporating those little things into our lives makes us feel like we're doing very little. So we give up or we don't do those things anymore. How much could they really matter? Today I'll be highlighting the research that tells us how very, very important those little things are in the grand scheme of staying healthy and having better quality of life. I'll also give you an actual plan of how you can incorporate this specific step into your life. So let's do it. So we're back with the 5 minutes a day series highlighting how tiny little changes can make a big difference in your life. So let's talk about exercise. Exercise to be healthy. It's a common mantra. We hear it from our friends, we hear it from our especially healthy family members, we hear it from those people that are wandering by on their walks every day. We even hear it from our doctors when they maybe write it in the brief summary they send home with you after a checkup. TV tells us to do it. Social media tells us to do it. Exercise and you'll be healthier and happier. If you can develop an exercise habit and stick with it over time, you can see great results. Things that can change in terms of your bodily health, your brain functioning, your emotional stability and happiness, your sleep. So many things can improve. There's great research on how exercise makes your brain work better. And if you're interested in one of my videos on that, check out this one. But sometimes it's hard to maintain a routine, or even get started on one for that matter. Today we're going to talk about what we can do in our daily lives to jumpstart our exercise and make our health better. And we're going to do it in a way that could take less than 5 minutes a day. A research team in China used data from a huge group of people in Britain. A prospective cohort study of over 550,000 people. They measured different characteristics of the people, socio-demographic factors. They measured lifestyle factors and what people were doing in their daily lives, and they specifically measured climbing stairs. They measured people right away, they measured people after another 5 years on these variables, and then they followed these people over time, most of them over 12 years, to understand what's happening for them. They wanted to see who had problems with atherosclerotic vascular disease. Things like coronary artery disease, where the arteries in your heart get clogged and cause things like heart attacks. Or ischemic strokes, where the arteries up to your brain get clogged and they cause a stroke. Or other complicating factors. They even took into account whether people had genetic risk factors, whether they had a family history of those kinds of problems, and whether their lifestyle factors, what they're doing in their daily lives, might put them at risk. What they found was striking. People who climbed stairs, as compared to people who didn't climb any stairs at all, had a much lower risk of this atherosclerotic vascular disease. Specifically, if someone did a flight of stairs, and they defined this as 10 steps. If you took 10 steps of stairs, and you did this 5 or more times a day, a person's risk of this atherosclerotic vascular disease was lowered by 20%. They also found that people who were at high risk for coronary artery disease decreased their risk to only a moderate range when they took stairs. So here's the takeaway. Count the small things that you're doing in your life. Something as small as taking the stairs or finding a way to simulate these are stairs and I'm doing them can make a big difference. It can reduce your risk of a major illness. And exercise clubs or equipment or money or time does not have to be a big barrier to getting the benefits. Exercise can come in very small doses and still be beneficial. So now here's the strategy that I promised. Identify in your life a way to do 10 steps of stairs. This could be the stairs in your house, the stairs at work, the stairs at church, the stairs at your community center. It could be any of those things. Or it could be that you find a little step stool and you step up and down 10 times. Pick one thing that could work for you to be able to do 10 steps of stairs several times a day. This could be the exercise that you're missing. When I asked AI how long it might take for any single person to do 10 steps, they gave me a range because they said, well, there's so many different factors and variables that you have to take into consideration, but every estimate for a person who was in at least adequate, reasonable health was less than a minute. So if your health is compromised and it might be more difficult for you or you might need to take breaks, it's still going to be less than 5 minutes. For some people, you can't do stairs. I get it. There are other options. But for many people, this is an accessible, relatively easy mechanism to get some really great health benefits. I'm putting a link below to a poster that you can use to track how many times you step each day, with a big smiley face after each row to remind yourself that this might be a little fun. So if this was helpful for you, feel free to check out our other 5-minute tips on how to have a healthier brain and better quality of life. And feel free to subscribe to our This Beautiful Brain newsletter, where I send out information on brain health and quality of life every week. Thanks so much. I'll see you again.